you that moment, right?
Right.
Constantly focused on you. He gave you his attention all the time. Obviously his smile. And the reason why I was trying to ask my family right now for a picture of Dad on the phone so I could look at it while I say this speech. Because just looking at his face, it gives you inspiration. And that is inspiration for us, that we could be that way, that we can strive to be that way. Have a smile all the time. Love your family. Love your kids. Love your cousins. Visit Jiddo's house. Go see Jiddah. That's what Dad wanted us to do. He taught us the right way. And I've been here for the past 3-4 days. Voicemails, text message, comments on Facebook, you name it. People coming up to me. Your dad was something else. Nobody like your dad. Your smile, this, that. We could do the same. He taught us. There's a quote from St. Francis. He says, always preach the gospel and sometimes use words. My father did that. He preached the gospel, but oftentimes without opening up his mouth. He did it with his actions, with his love, with his heart. He was there for you. He was living a crucifixion life all the time, like Father Chris teaches. And he's been doing that since he was a kid. So many stories. I know you guys know my dad for a long time. And you have so many stories to share. We'll be here all week telling stories about how you guys grew up together and worked together. Since day one, he was that way. It's not like he just became that way now. He was always that way. That's the genuine Marwan Abu Dhani.
Amen.
The purpose of a father is to lay foundation, right? That's what my dad did. And like Father Chris always says again, the only foundation that stands, a house will stand on. No matter what you try. You could try any other way. The only good foundation the house is gonna stay strong is a Christian foundation. There's no other way.
Amen.
And I know that, and I say that with confidence now because my dad proved that to us. And I know my dad always told me, stay strong, Yaba. Dallak gawi, dallak strong. Never let anybody let you down. And don't ever get mad at people. Did anybody ever get mad at my dad? If they did, you know what he did? Next day, forgive. Please, I'm sorry. Or next time you see him, he gives you the smile again. Right? I have a lot of work to do. I promise you, Mom. I promise you. Me, Schnabel, Anthony, we got it. He left us everything we need.
Thank God.
He taught us everything we need to know.
Thank God.
I'm not sad today.
You told me you're a good dad.
He did.
I told
He
you.
said, "Endak Danny Schnabel, Anthony Boklu Ashra." Right? Yeah.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
My dad always had a steady balance in life with everything. Church was always first, obviously. You guys see my dad at church every Sunday. And he's always here with a smile. There's a time for church, Yaba. There's a time for work. There's a time for fun. There's a time for friends. There's time for family. And in the last 3 years, my dad's been fighting cancer because I think he's had it longer than we think. When he was diagnosed 2 years ago, it was already spread. So that tells you, stage 4, he was diagnosed 2 years ago. That means he had it for 3 years. So keep that in mind. I want you to know how strong he was, how much he fought. And you know who he fought for? He didn't fight for himself. He fought for us, for all of you.
No.
He wanted to be here for you guys.
Yes.
Because he loves people.
He loves people.
Yeah, he loves
Oh,
people. He loves all of you here, all your faces here. He loved each and every one of you. He never, if you ever thought my dad got mad at you, he wasn't mad. Maybe he got mad because he had a good reason, but he always let it go. And he always told me, Baba, don't worry. Don't let anybody, just keep moving forward. Don't let go. Keep pushing. Right?
right.
A few things my dad used to say throughout his life growing up. I always worked with my dad. You know, my dad's an entrepreneur. Since New York, since Yonkers, deli, gas station, you name it. Convenience store. These days I have one job and I'm complaining. Honestly. I don't know how he did it. 6 kids come out. Small one. Really, unbelievable. And not only for us, family inspiration, but for all of you here. Because my dad always wanted to lift people up. And today's speech, I don't want it to be sad. My speech is not going to be sad. It's going to be what my dad always wanted it to be. So I'm pretty much mimicking my father's words right now. Okay? I'm just telling you what he would have wanted to tell you if he was here right now. Especially with the very, very, very difficult time. I know everybody's scared. I know there's a lot of fear on the news and people talking about what's going on. He never complained. He had stage 4 cancer. He was never worried about virus. He never even talked negative. Every time you come to my dad, it's something good. Good news. Never gossip. Always something nice. Always uplifting. And he treated everybody the same, young or old. Even kids are telling me. They come up to me, oh, I like your dad. I like your dad. He was a fun guy. Because he treated everybody with respect and love. He gave everyone equal treatment. So the few things that my dad used to say growing up, you know, I worked with him in the ice cream truck and the 99-cent store you guys know he had for a while. So he would always, there were certain phrases that he would always say in the past 34 years that I've ever remembered him saying these things. I used to think these are just, you know, whatever, something he said. It didn't have a lot of meaning to it. It was just like a saying, you know. One of them was, Jebti Jebtak. Jebti Jebtak, right? What is he saying? And I'm referring back to the quote I told you earlier about always preach the gospel and sometimes use words, right? When he said Jebti Jebtak, that's in Christianity almsgiving, donating, helping somebody, your time. It doesn't have to be money. Being there, listen, use your ears. He always said, Yaba, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. He always told me that. In all these years, I thought, that's a nice thing to say. But now, especially now, after he's gone, and I'm looking back at the pictures and I can't believe he's gone. It meant he knew what he was saying. He said exactly the right thing to say. He always put others first. He always, not only his family, but even you guys. I don't think I really, how do I say this? I feel like I didn't appreciate him enough. And I'm telling you that, so you guys that have your parents still, appreciate them. You don't have no idea. You have no idea. Everybody's saying my dad was this and that, he's amazing. So is your mom and dad. Your mom and dad is amazing. Don't ever think. And when you get mad at them, let them get mad. It's okay. They're fighting hard for you. They're working hard. We're going through a difficult time. Your parents are doing everything they can to keep a roof over your house. Okay? Hug them when you go home. Kiss them. Love them. It's never going to be enough. I promise you. God willing, we'll all go one day to heaven. But when it happens, you're going to say, I wish I hugged my dad more. I wish I kissed him more. I wish I hung out with him more. Talk to your dad about stuff you wanted to talk about. Ask him the questions that you never asked. There's a lot of stuff that, we have these stupid things. I hate this, by the way. It's really bad. I don't like it. I disagree with phone 100%. Since this thing came out, society's going downhill. But it's okay. We have people like my father and a lot of other good men and women out there, especially our culture, to teach us, even though this stupid thing the devil created, it could not make us go down. It could not. We're stronger than this. My dad taught me this, okay? He didn't teach me by telling me. I'm telling you this now from watching him grow up all these years, I'm able to tell you this now, only because of him. And he wants this speech to be positive, by the way, that's why. Another phrase he used to say, anytime we get in the car and go on a journey or anything, any journey, any project we're about to start, right before he starts, he always says, Qul ya Allah. Get in the car, Qul ya Allah. We're about to go to work, we're about to do a job, Qul ya Allah. Every time. And it didn't hit me till now, till just 24 hours ago. All these things that, because we're reminiscing, we're talking about things that Dad used to say. And Shnabel, Dad, Dad always says that, Qul ya Allah. Wow, look how powerful that was, Qul ya Allah. What is that in Christianity? You're always going to start your day, you're going to start with God, right? No matter what you do. What a blessing. I had no idea. I had no idea all these years, all these phrases that he was saying. It had a lot of meaning to it. Kill them with kindness, Yahweh. You probably guys heard that before. But when my dad said it, he meant it. Kill them with kindness. Whenever I say, Yahweh, this and that happened, and this guy, and whatever, upset ish, it's okay, Yahweh, kill them with kindness. What is that? We all know what that means. What did Christ teach us? He taught us humility. Slap me here, turn your cheek, slap again. Because the second you get mad and you don't want them to slap you again, you lost. And everybody around you will lose too, because you put your family down when you get mad at people. Stay loving. Stay always loving each other, no matter what. Even though somebody, I don't want to say that, even though somebody ticked you off, I was going to say the other one, but my dad, he used to say that. I'm not going to say it, we're at church. Even though somebody ticked you off, take it. Which takes me to my next